What's up guys, it is Sam here from Market Movers, and today I just wanted to talk about big tech and whether it's worth investing in or the issues that are all around big tech at the moment, because a lot of people do all want to invest in these names, the Googles, the Facebooks, Apple, Amazon. They are the biggest names in the stock market, and I want to have a quick look at them and just see what the issues are, what's going on with them at the moment, and do they have a good future coming up as well. So guys, without further ado, I'm going to get straight into the video and I'm going to just talk all about big tech and what's happening with them at the moment. Just do remember to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, it does help us out an awful lot, and let's get straight into the video. So, big tech, they're the giants of the tech industry. But is big tech in decline? Is it actually in decline after the massive ramp up in recent years? Should you still be looking to invest in these companies? And is there a massive future ahead, or have they grown out entirely already? So reports do suggest that the shown performance of big tech stocks have been on a downward trajectory over the last year, especially in 2022, but has it been happening for the last 5 years or so? So this downward spiral, is it a sign of a decline in big tech, or is this just a temporary dip until they get back on the burner and investing into more R&D and new products and get back to accelerated growth again? Is that what's going to happen? So the big tech companies have been facing a lot of issues around security and regulation, but they still remain as some of the most valuable and profitable companies in the world. And the outlook for the next 5 years, I would say, is nearly entirely positive for these companies, as more and more people in the developed world, like say India and China, they're the fastest growing middle classes. They're going to be buying more of these items like iPads, smartphones, laptops, all this kind of stuff. They're going to be getting more and more involved into the big tech space, and also more and more people joining Facebook, using Facebook services as well. So it's going to grow over the next few years, and it's hard to kind of see a negative, but what you are seeing a negative is actually in the valuations that was given to big tech. You're seeing that now as they're crashing quite a lot over the last year or so. I think Apple is the one that has maintained the best strike price. But yeah, so look, over the next 5 years, I do believe that the outlook is pretty positive for big tech. Now look, the novelty of the fact is, did you know that the combined top 5 big tech companies is over $3 trillion, and that's basically more GDP than some countries. I would say a lot of countries do not have a 3 trillion GDP. So you're talking like basically the top 5 tech companies are sitting around a GDP the same as the UK, which is pretty crazy. It's absolutely insane how much these companies are in our lives and how much we rely on them. And yeah, look, it's pretty interesting to see when you see it. As $3 trillion is the market cap of the top 5 big tech companies. So, which big tech stock would you want to invest in now? Well, it depends on your investment strategy, your risk tolerance, but some experts are looking at companies that have a strong track record of innovation and growth. Out of these, you could make a case for every one of these in big tech. Personally, the only big tech stock I hold individually is Google. I think they just have one of the best business models. They own the internet search engine. They have the 2 biggest search engines in Google search and in YouTube, and I think it's going to be one of the biggest companies in the world for a very long time to come. And I think the valuation on Google is looking most attractive when you take into consideration the growth rates that they are getting as well, and they are still predicted to get. If you're looking even more from a values point of view, you are looking at Facebook. It does have regulatory risks. They do have bet big on the metaverse kind of thing, and it hasn't seemed to pay off yet, but that could be another angle to play it. You're also looking at Apple, which is In my opinion, I think that it's a slight bit overvalued, just because the growth isn't going to be there for Apple. They're already making nearly $400 billion in revenue, so to grow that company is going to be extremely difficult. Amazon, they don't really make much money, which is a bit of an issue in this day and age at the moment, when a lot of the stocks are being looked at for their earnings potential. They don't make a lot of money, so I don't think it's it'd be my least favorite out of the big techs. And you got Microsoft as well. It's going to be solid, and look, it's all down to valuation on these companies. So look, the big tech is going to be facing challenges, but it's a very lucrative industry to invest in. Just make sure you do your research, make informed decisions before taking the plunge on which one you do want to buy, which one you are going to look at, and whether you feel comfortable with. Like, I just want to touch on some of the issues that they are having. So like, Facebook is currently having issues related to privacy and data misuse, as well as concerns that it is used to spread misinformation and fake news on its platform, and is running into lots of different issues because of that. Amazon is facing criticism over the treatment of its workers and the impact on businesses and local communities, as well as concerns about the company's dominance in the retail industry. It's coming under scrutiny, as a lot of other companies are kind of doing the same sort of thing, and Amazon doesn't make any money on their retail business. Google is also facing antitrust investigations from criticism for its data collection practices and potential monopoly on the market. So they actually are having a lot of issues, especially in the European Union. They are coming across where there's potentially massive fines coming their way, but obviously these things will be settled in court or out of court or whatever. That will come to light over time. Additionally, some concerns have been raised about the company's influence on the advertising industry and the potential impact on privacy. Obviously, it's going to be affected by the Apple thing as well, by people not getting their ads tracked and stuff with Apple. So I just wanted to check as well and make a comment on Tesla as well. So Tesla, people have always named it to be a tech company. I've never really thought that. I knew it was a car company first and foremost, and look, the tech stuff may come down the line, but at the moment, like over 90% of its revenue does come from cars. So look, it's primarily a car company known for producing electric vehicles and energy storage products, and also solar panels. However, by many, they do consider it to be a technology company, as it develops and employs cutting-edge technology in its products, such as advanced batteries, autonomous driving, and software integration. And this is considered to be part of big tech narrative, because it has a strong focus on innovation, and its technology could have impact on other industries as well, potentially. I don't personally own Tesla. I know that Gino does. I think the valuation on Tesla at the moment is the best it's been for a very long time. I'm not going to recommend to get into it or not. I do keep an eye on it, whether I do want to actually take the plunge on Tesla. But for the moment, I am staying out of that one. But it's one of the big tech narratives, and look, it could be one to consider if you are looking to get into this, or want exposure to the EV markets as well. So guys, look, I'm just kind of touching on all of the big techs there, what's happening with them, what the issues that they are having, and just whether they are something that you could potentially look to invest in. So guys, look, thanks a lot for listening. I hope you learned a lot, and look, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.